I didn't see it coming until I walked into the kitchen that Tuesday afternoon. I just landed a $5 million contract, maybe the biggest job of my career, and I was looking forward to celebrating with Sarah. Instead, the air was thick, and she sat there in that blue dress I bought her last birthday, gripping a coffee mug like it was a lifeline. I dropped my keys on the counter. She didn't look up. "We need to talk." 4 words that sound like sirens before disaster. In the middle of it, I stood there, chest tight, trying to gauge her tone. She started talking about Brad from her marketing team. "I've been seeing him for 2 months," she blurted out, and her voice trembled. She wanted to work on our marriage. She said, "We can get through this." Like it was some corporate synergy pitch. Meanwhile, her phone buzzed. I glanced down, Brad over and over. Right there, under our roof. I swallowed, tried to stay calm. "You love him?" My voice was quiet. I needed to hear it. Her eyes filled with tears. "It's complicated. He understands me in ways you never could." That phrase, the dagger I'd heard a million times, hit me in the gut. I pushed off from the kitchen island I'd built myself and walked to the liquor cabinet. Poured myself a shot of cheap bourbon. Held it like a lifeline. "Get out," I said. "Be gone by tomorrow." She protested. "This is my house, too." I set the glass down. "House is in my name, because your credit sucked. You've got until tomorrow evening. After that, locks change, and whatever you leave behind, it goes to Goodwill." She stared, panic in her eyes. "I'm serious." She started begging, promising to end it with Brad. But when she mentioned that intellectual connection, something snapped. I grabbed a garbage bag and started tossing her essentials into it: photos, clothes, her framed marketing certificates. She followed me, tears streaking, her voice trembling. I put the bag by the front door. "Come back with a police escort if you want the rest." I left that night in the guest room, listening to her sob in our bedroom. Unraveling the illusion. The next morning, she was gone. Left her key and a tear-stained letter on the counter. "I'm sorry," she wrote. I burned it in the grill out back. A day later, I called a family dinner at the local steakhouse. Needed backup, or at least someone to validate what just happened. Jessica, my sister, was already there with Mom and Dad when I walked in. I ordered a soda, clenching my jaw. Jessica sipped red wine, looking casual as ever. "Is this about the divorce?" she asked, like we were talking about the weather. I nearly choked. "You know." She shrugged. "Yeah, Sarah told me. She's going through a lot." I felt my blood pressure spike. "How long have you known?" "Couple of weeks." She laid it out all calm, as if she'd been discussing interior paint samples. I watched Dad's face tighten. He was just catching on. Mom sniffled into her napkin, looking lost. "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked Jessica. She leaned forward, draped that hand on mine, the self-appointed family therapist. "I was helping her process. She needed someone educated to understand how complex her feelings are." Her tone, patronizing, like she was coaching a toddler. "Complex?" I barked. "She cheated on me. Ended it with someone she was sleeping with for months. That's not complex, that's betrayal." My parents flinched. Dad cleared his throat. "Son, maybe you two need counseling." "Counseling?" I snapped. "You want me to fix a marriage by forgiving adultery? Get real." Jessica frowned. "Don't be crude." I stood, chair scraping. "Let me spell it out. My wife cheated on me for 2 months. My sister knew and never told me. Those are the facts." She tried to backtrack. "I was trying to help." "Help?" I laughed bitterly. "You protect a cheating friend and call it help." I threw a 20 on the table. "Here's the deal, cut Sarah out of your life, or cut me out. Your choice." I walked out, leaving them mid-chew in that peanut shell-covered floor steakhouse. When my phone buzzed that night, it was a text from Jessica. "I love you, but I can't abandon Sarah." My stomach nodded. "Then, you're overreacting." I deleted her number. Pattern recognition. For 2 weeks, I focused on work, pouring concrete, coordinating crews, keeping my head down. The $5 million project needed me. I noticed my sleep suffered, jaw clenched, appetite gone. I'd wake in the middle of the night, replaying her confession, my sister's betrayal. My buddies at the site noticed I was off. "Man, you good?" asked Ricky, my foreman, one afternoon as I inspected the steel rebar layout. I shrugged. "Just busy." He passed me a cold water bottle. "Plant your feet, brother. You look like you haven't slept in days." I nodded, forcing a laugh. Didn't want sympathy. I'm not that guy. By the end of the month, the project was humming. Crews trusted me because I'd worked through stormy days with them, carried lumber in 90-degree heat, talked straight. But inside, I was unraveling. Sister's downfall. Then came word from our cousin Mark, who worked at a bank. Jessica's successful design empire was failing. Bounce checks, lawsuits from clients. Instagram posts of her, manifesting abundance, suddenly rang hollow. I let it roll off, didn't need details. For years she'd looked down at me. My blue-collar job was never worthy of dinner-table bragging. Now her world was collapsing. Mom called me crying. "Your sister's homeless." Dad tried guilt. "She needs you." I laughed, loud enough that Mom went silent. "You want me to support my sister who chose a cheater over me? The one who's been treating my career like charity work?" Mom sniffed. "Family should help family." I dropped the phone. "Not that family." Mom and Dad tried every angle: financial guilt, emotional blackmail. Finally, they drove 2 hours to ambush me at my house. They stood on my porch like they owned the place. Dad's voice boomed. "We can't support her indefinitely. You have to help." I dug my phone out and dialed 911. I told the dispatcher, "My parents are trespassing. They refuse to leave." I could hear their jaws drop when the dispatcher asked them to step off the porch. They peeled out of my driveway, Mom sobbing about my cold heart. Climax, sister at my door. Weeks went by. I was back into my routine: work, gym, sleeping in the guest room I'd converted into a makeshift office. Then one night at 11 p.m., pounding on my front door snapped me awake. I grabbed a baseball bat without thinking and peeked at the security camera. Jessica, mascara smeared, clothes wrinkled, eyes red. I opened the door slowly, bat in hand. "What the hell?" She collapsed into me, ugly, crying. I caught her before she fell into the porch. She gasped out, "You were right about everything. Sarah. Mom and Dad. I was an entitled, pretentious jerk. I'm so sorry." I felt my heart settle, weirdly, at that moment. The sister I once knew was standing here, broken, not the polished Instagram queen. She explained how Sarah hooked up with her boyfriend Mike behind Jessica's back. Mike kicked her out so Sarah could move in. Brad had kicked Sarah out too when he discovered she'd cheated on him again. Jessica was out on the street with nowhere to go. I let her inside, put the bat down. Falling action, setting new rules. I led her to the living room. "Ground rules," I said, arms crossed. 1. Get a real job, no more girl boss crap. 2. Cut contact with Sarah. 3. Go to therapy for your superiority complex. 4. Help me finish the basement renovation. She managed a shaky laugh. Deal. That night, she slept on the couch. I listened to her soft breathing, wondering if this was smart. But something in me, seeing her humbled, felt right. Resolution and consequences. 2 weeks later, Jessica landed an entry-level designer job at a local marketing firm, first honest paycheck in years. She showed up the next morning, eyes bright, and held out the offer letter. I saw her pride in that moment, earned, not curated. Sarah tried calling. Jessica blocked her. Good. Jessica admitted she'd fed Sarah lies about me, convinced herself I was the villain to preserve her image. Now that her illusions were gone, she was building something real. Sarah, meanwhile, got a prenup slam. Brad walked away, keeping the house and assets. She moved in with Mike, who dumped her after a month. No job, no savings, no friends willing to bail her out. Her social circle evaporated, people caught on to her manipulations. She's starting over, but with her reputation shot. Natural consequence: her professional bullshitting career in marketing is on hold, and nobody's eager to hire her after 2 divorces and public cheating scandals. Mom and Dad still blame me for Jessica's fall, but I'm done caring. They tried to guilt me, now they see their perfect daughter wrecked. They'll learn consequences too. Where I stand. I keep my phone on. Do not disturb. Most nights. Work is good, my company's expanding, crews trust me, and I sleep in my own bed now. The basement is halfway done, she's painting walls after her shift. We talk like siblings again, honest, no bullshit. We laugh about our parents' drama. I feel stronger, trusting my gut, setting boundaries without apology, acknowledging the sleepless nights and tight chest when I learned the truth. But I didn't break. I didn't turn into a jerk, I kept my dignity. I worked through betrayal by building walls where I needed to, new locks, new rules, no tolerance for manipulation. I'm 36, a construction site manager in the Midwest. I refuse to sugarcoat life. I know my worth, built my house with my own hands, paid it off, built a stable career from nothing. I'm not perfect, but I'm real. And my sister's here now, foundation courses in humility, paying rent with her own paycheck, helping me with the basement, learning that respect is earned, not Instagrammed. Sometimes karma takes her sweet time. But when she delivers, like she did to Sarah and Jessica, you feel it in your bones. And I'm here, still standing, no illusions, no apologies. Just the house I own outright, a strong crew backing me at work, and my sister, finally the real version, downstairs sanding drywall with me. That's what I built. That's what lasts.